Behind the veil of secrecy lies one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in the world, the Kinahan Cartel. This cartel has been making headlines for years with its involvement in drug trafficking, arms dealing, and money laundering. But now the police are slowly but surely closing in on this powerful and elusive organization. For those of you unaware of the Kinahan Cartel, all we have to say is that they are one of the most notorious cartels in Ireland that have managed to spread internationally, using their links to other cartels across the world that have helped them build connections and rise to power. To understand how the police are working to bring down the Kinahan Cartel, we first need to understand how the gang came to power in the first place. This criminal organization was formed in the late 1990s by Daniel's father, Christopher, and quickly gained a lot of power. Aside from other cartels that existed at that time, this was the only one that successfully made its way through and became the most feared criminal organization in Dublin and all across Ireland as well. Daniel was born into violence and criminal activities, and when he and his brother Christy Jr. were old enough, they slowly found themselves inside the criminal underworld, helping their father with all the illegal activities of the cartel, such as drug trafficking, arms dealing, and money laundering. Back in the day, not much was known about the Kinahan Cartel, as they remained private and quite secretive about their operations. They never caught the attention of the police or law enforcement agencies. But throughout the years, several events managed to catch the eyes of a handful of agencies that quickly made the connection between the crimes to the Kinahan Cartel. These unfortunate events are what made the Kinahan Cartel the center of attention. As the cartel's power quickly grew, they became known for their violent tactics and were found responsible for several high-profile murders, including the shooting of David Byrne at a boxing match weigh-in in 2016. Although Kinahan members weren't the ones to pull the trigger, their feud with the HUTCH gang resulted in an unstoppable gang war that eventually took the lives of 18 people. But Daniel, his father, and his brother left without a scratch. The police response to the Kinahan Cartel has been multifaceted. Law enforcement agencies from across the globe have been working together to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, they've been working together to bring down the violent cartel and disrupt their operations. But it wasn't easy. One of the key tactics has been using intelligence gathering. Given that the Kinahan Cartel is an incredibly secretive organization and they go to great lengths to avoid detection, the police have to be patient and thorough to gather all of the necessary information to put down the entire cartel. For example, they have been monitoring the cartel's communications. The gang uses encrypted messaging apps to communicate, but the police have been able to intercept these messages and use them to build a picture of the gang's operations. After the 2016 attack happened and 3 men were killed, the police didn't waste any time and quickly made the connection that the Kinahan Cartel was somewhat involved. The majority of the murders that were a result of the HUTCH-Kinahan feud occurred in Dublin, and the majority of them were carried out by hitmen linked to the Kinahan Cartel. For years, the Kinahan Cartel has been operating under the radar. For the people of Ireland, they're quite well known, but the family has enjoyed an air of invincibility as investigators have failed to bring them to face charges. But this all changed recently. In April 2022, the U.S. Department of State put up a $5 million reward for information leading to the arrest or conviction of each of the 3 Kinahan family members, which include Daniel, Christy Jr., and Christy Kinahan. The move came after an operation involving Irish police and the UK's National Crime Agency, and is one of several developments that suggest the net is finally tightened around the Kinahan empire. The $5 million reward puts a pin on their heads, and even though they have lived several carefree years in the comfort of the luxurious Dubai, it appears that this only further forces them into hiding. Over the years, or to be more specific, since 2016, there have been numerous arrests of members of the Kinahan Cartel. However, the ones in charge have yet to be found. The police response to the gang violence that occurred in 2016 in Ireland forced the Kinahan Cartel leadership to shift their organized crime operations to the United Kingdom, Spain, and the United Arab Emirates. According to law enforcement intelligence, it is said that Daniel currently directs his most senior members based in Dublin to carry out significant drug smuggling ventures and oversee money laundering operations, which have been done through various legitimate commercial businesses. Even while in Dubai, the Kinahan Cartel still operates flawlessly. They have found various ways to keep their criminal activities intact, and they have been operating right under the nose of the police. But not anymore. Daniel has been in the police's eye for over 5 years now, and it's only a matter of time before at least one of the Kinahans is arrested. The net appears to be tightening, but if there is any little gap in that net, these are the very people that could exit it. For decades, they have avoided any charges and arrest, and they are still doing that. But this time, the connections are there, and they are not. Given the recent realization that the Kinahans have been involved in numerous violent crimes and the $5 million reward for their whereabouts, you can bet that they will go into hiding and try to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. But no, in all seriousness, they'll try to stay away from getting caught. Their recent residence has been Dubai, and the last time anyone saw them was there. But when the US Department of State announced the rewards for their arrest, many have speculated and suggested that they may have fled Dubai and moved to another place. Where exactly? We still have no idea. For all we know, the Kinahans may still be in Dubai, deep into hiding from anyone. But in 2022, UAE began its investigation into the Kinahan Cartel, and after a thorough inspection, the UAE decided to freeze all their assets, including personal and business bank accounts. So even if the Kinahans are still in Dubai, they are likely left with no money. Or are they? Freezing their assets surely prevents them from accessing the money they have in their bank accounts. But if there is anything we have learned about criminals from movies and TV shows, it's that they always have a secret stash of money saved for rainy days. We can't be certain that this is the case for the Kinahans, but they would be fools not to have something on the side. Our best guess is that they can still afford to live the once luxurious life they had. But could they be living it outside of Dubai? The main question everyone in the world is asking is, where are Daniel Kinahan and his family? Many believe that he had already fled to Asia in search of safety. However, he won't be able to use his passport without getting arrested. Could he use a fake passport? Surely. This is what the majority of people are speculating he had done. If they are caught, many believe we will see the Kinahans suffer the same fate as Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who is currently serving life plus 30 years in a supermax federal high-security prison after a trial in 2019. Investigators believe that the Kinahans are responsible for countless murders and the laundering of millions of dollars. Due to the massive focus the Kinahans have received in recent years, it means that they are unable to run their operations. Every eye is on them and the way they do things. So one little mistake could cost them a life in prison. Most of their closest associates have already been arrested, so the Kinahans are left in hiding without a way to run their business. The cartel has suffered a massive loss of men, cash, and drugs since the feud between the HUTCH gang erupted in 2016. More than 70 Kinahan Cartel members have been locked up in Ireland, Britain, and Spain, and investigators have managed to seize over 30 of the gang's firearms, as well as tens of millions worth of their drugs and hard cash. With all of this happening, many believe that it is only a matter of months before Daniel is caught and brought to court to address all of the criminal activities he's charged with. But will Daniel ever be found? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.